Hey, podcast listeners. Tired of ads barging into your favorite news podcasts? Good news. With Amazon Music, you have access to the largest catalog of ad-free top podcasts included with your Prime membership. Stay up to date on everything newsworthy by downloading the Amazon Music app for free or go to amazon.com/ad-free news. That's amazon.com/ad-free news to catch up on the latest episodes without the ads.
Shaboozey, a bar song here on Mix 95.7, Grand Rapids Best Mix. Hey, happy Wednesday, October 16th, 2024. We are Big Joe and Laura. Good morning, Laura.
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing good. I'm tired, which is nothing new if you're listening at the beginning of the show, but for a great reason. You got me wrangled into this, but I'm glad you did. There was a really cool event last night.
Yeah, last night we went to Courage, Comfort, and Cocktails, which was benefiting Ellie's Place, which basically is a charity that helps families who've dealt with a catastrophic loss, whether it's a sibling passes away or a parent passes away. It's one of those difficult situations that, you know, Disney movies cover it, but real life, there's not a lot of resources for people who go through that. And when I was 9, my mom passed away, and you know, I kind of got lost in the middle of the shuffle because there was no real therapy for that. The schools didn't know how to handle it. And
yeah, what do you do?
yeah, it's just everybody's just like, I'm sorry over and over, and that's not really going to heal that wound for those families, unfortunately. And Ellie's Place steps in, offers them a place to heal, offers them a community, and really helps them navigate the new world that they're now in. And it just what they do is beautiful. And Tammy, who's the person that we've been dealing with the charity, they're kind of their media liaison, if you will.
Yeah.
She is just an incredible person. And when I went into the facility they have, it's just a house here in Grand Rapids that it's a normal house. So you feel like you're at home. And I walked into the room where they take the families for the first time. And I immediately started sobbing because it was just one of those places where it's just like you felt comfortable, you felt at home, and you really like, I don't know. I could just tell that what they were doing was something so powerful and so important. So when they were like, hey, will you be a part of Courage, Comfort, and Cocktails? I was like, absolutely. I'm dragging Joe along. We would love to help you with this. And the last night was just absolutely amazing.
Yeah, but it was also awkward. I mean, not taking away from the event. You and me are awkward, I guess I should say.
Yeah, we don't know how to act in public.
I love the feeling like when I've been at a wedding party or dressed up, but I just don't know what to do. Like we went over yesterday on the show, what are we supposed to wear for cocktail attire? And I know we're almost 40, but we don't know. We're trying here. So we figured out, Laura looked nice, I looked nice, we did our thing. But they had some food from all these different people, and they were so good. But one of them, I forget where it was from, but was it like a steak? Or it was something with pineapple, like a little...
It was pork belly.
Pork belly and pineapple and some sauce drizzled on.
Almost like an al pastor pork belly kind of situation. It was so good.
So good, but it's like, okay, it's not super, super small, but it's not super, super big. So is this a one-bite thing? Am I supposed to be like a gentleman and take each piece off individually? And
well, and it's not like you can really use like a fork or something there in that scenario. So like we tried our best.
I just chomped it.
Yeah, I did too, and I looked like an absolute animal, feral human. You know, there's all these nice people with their wallets open, helping a good cause, and I'm over here like, like an idiot, you know, like the person who they let in off the street to be a part of the event. And if you want to see it, we did post a video up at our Big Joe and Laura Instagram story.
And the one thing that, oh God, it was so awkward. Did you grab a bidding paddle, like to bid on the live auction?
No, because I'm poor.
Well, I'm poor too. Hey, you're not alone there.
I donated items to the live auction to be donated, or to be bid off. So I felt like I did my part by giving the things they sold versus spending my son's birthdays in a few weeks, and I don't even know how I'm going to afford that at this point.
The reason I ask is because I didn't know what I was doing. So I'm like, yeah. Then it's like bidding. I'm like, oh, crap, I'm in the process. So I was not going to bid because, I mean, I think the lowest bid was probably $750 last night. I'm like, we donated, like you and me on the show, we donated $150 towards the program. That was kind of cool. We did that with the paddle, but I was so afraid the whole time because I don't have the money and never done it. I was like, I kept on scratching my head. I'm like, oh, please don't look at me. Like somehow I didn't want to have like a false bid because we'll tell you coming up in your Need to Know news, there was a crazy amount of money raised last night.
And you didn't want to accidentally be on the hook for like $10,000 that you don't have.
More than that. Some of those things went for.
Oh, yeah. I mean, listen, I get why people paid the prices they did, though, because there's some pretty cool experiences that were auctioned off. But anyway, we were so happy to be a part of it. If you want to see our photos, including hanging out with our friends from Fox 17, check it out on the Big Joe and Laura Instagram.
Hey, podcast listeners. Tired of ads barging into your favorite news podcast? Good news. With Amazon Music, you have access to the largest catalog of ad-free top podcasts included with your Prime membership. Stay up to date on everything newsworthy by downloading the Amazon Music app for free or go to amazon.com/ad-free news. That's amazon.com/ad-free news to catch up on the latest episodes without the ads.
It's time for Big Joe and Laura's Need to Know News on Mix 95.7.
A beloved West Michigan meteorologist is returning, but on a new TV station. Terry DeBoer, who worked at Wood TV8 for nearly 30 years, announced yesterday that she will be joining the team at Fox 17. You can look forward to seeing Terry on air sometime in mid-November, they say. She'll be doing the forecast on the mornings, Sundays, Mondays, and Tuesdays. And, we got severe weather out here. She'll help out with that coverage when it pops up.
That is awesome. Welcome back to the airwaves, Terry. Now, last night, we were lucky enough to be invited out to Courage, Comfort, and Cocktails to help celebrate and fundraise for Ellie's Place of West Michigan. Their mission is to help families who've dealt with the loss of a parent or a sibling. And as someone who lost their mom when I was 9, this charity is super important to me.
Oh, I cried so hard last night.
Yeah, I mean, wasn't it that the speech that the little girl gave absolutely just heartbreaking, but it's just magical what they're able to do for these kids when they really need it. And we're excited. We threw in some Justin Timberlake tickets for when he comes into Van Andel. We were able to help them raise $1,000 with that. A Taylor Swift package where you got a box suite and 3 tickets, $16,000.
Yeah, that blows my mind. I love that people are such big Swifties, and it started out, I'm like, that's a lot of money. Holy cow, that's a lot of money. Oh, what?
No, what?
I'm
That's
like,
a whole car.
You just bought a car.
No kidding.
Also, I'm like, what do you do for a living? But that is so cool.
Yeah, I'm happy for those people. I'm glad they're going to get to see her. And they set a goal of $60,000 to raise with last night's event. Not only did they beat that, they raised $291,000 altogether. And honestly, the exciting part about all of that is it just means that they're able to expand their program because Tammy, who I did an interview with, you can check it out in the Mix 95.7 app. She was telling me that basically they can't get to enough kids because they don't have the funding. So this is going to open so many doors for so many kids in need here in West Michigan. And I'm just so happy for them. And I feel so lucky that we were able to be a part of it. You can check out our photos on our Big Joe and Laura Instagram and Facebook pages.
And for your final Need to Know news story, we're heading to Massachusetts where a high school student was punished for using AI to write a paper, but his parents are saying, no. That's not what happened. They're actually suing the school. They're claiming that he only used it for research, not to actually write the paper for him.
They told us that our son cheated on a paper, which is not what happened. They basically punished him for a rule that doesn't exist.
In my lay opinion, they violated his civil rights. They treated him and punished him more severely than other students.
He got a perfect score on the ACTs, and he's looking to go to Stanford or MIT or some of the top schools, and he's missed the opportunity already for rolling admissions.
You can't undo the Saturday detention that you gave him, but there are some things that you can fix right now and do the right thing.
It's a tricky thing, man. Like, we use it sometimes. I don't depend on it 100%, but we use it here at work to look things up because there are some positives, but oh boy, if this did what the parents said, that's not cool.
No, but I also, kids say a lot of things and do other things all the time. So, did he really use it for research or did he do the temptation of, hey, write my paper? Because, listen, I get it, buddy. And honestly, if he used the tool and the paper was correct, he wrote the paper.
I think parents it's something you need to be aware of. If you've got a high school age kid or a middle school kid, make sure they don't get in trouble for that.
Yeah, have the conversation.
That is Big Joe and Laura's Need to Know News on Mix 95.7, Grand Rapids' best mix.
Hey, podcast listeners. Tired of ads barging into your favorite news podcast? Good news. With Amazon Music, you have access to the largest catalog of ad-free top podcasts included with your Prime membership. Stay up to date on everything newsworthy by downloading the Amazon Music app for free or go to amazon.com/ad-free news. That's amazon.com/ad-free news to catch up on the latest episodes without the ads.
It is Big Joe and Laura here on Mix 95.7, Grand Rapids' best mix.
And we want to know, what's a food that's really great in a small amount but really terrible the more of it you eat? You can call us at 616-600-0957 or send us a DM in the Mix 95.7 app like Hector in Grand Rapids, who said mayonnaise.
Yeah, you know what? Like, I'm not even a huge fan of mayonnaise, but like a little bit, like a swipe with the butter knife, it's okay on a piece of bread, like for a sandwich. But
yeah, especially on a grilled cheese. Oh,
what?
Yum. Yeah, mayonnaise on grilled cheese. You never had that?
No,
No, people use it as a butter alternative.
Oh, didn't know that. Okay.
It's really good.
It just, the more we talk about it, the more I'm not liking mayo. It grosses me out. I'm starting to gag.
Okay, this one's going to make it worse. Then Mandy in Rockford said cottage cheese, which I'm like, oh yeah, because like maybe a bite of cottage cheese, I'm like, this is all right. And then like by the end of the bowl, like I made a decision and I don't like the decision I made.
Every time I'm like, I'm going to eat healthier and there's so much protein. And yeah, you have like, maybe you have a half a cup. But I used to have like, I'll do 2 cups and some everything but the bagel seasoning. And I'm like, this is disgusting. This is like baby bleh.
Well, and especially the warmer it gets. Like when it's ice cold, it's fine. But if it's been out for more than 20 seconds, I'm out. Now, Matt and Lowell, I have questions, because I've never gotten the chance to be able to eat a lot of these. He said fortune cookies. And I'm like, wait, how did you get more than one at any given time? And like, can you buy a box of fortune
I'm pretty
cookies?
sure you go on Amazon right now. You could buy a box of those bad boys.
Ooh, I want to test this now. I want to know how many is too many because I've never had more than 1 or 2 at a time.
I can say the most I've had 2. It's because they probably gave me an extra one because my order was so big. They thought there were 2 people eating it.
Oh.
But it was good. But I don't know, maybe 20 of them would be too many.
And finally, we got one from Mason in Holland. For your food that you can only eat a little bit of, I would choose salt and vinegar chips. After a couple of handfuls, your tongue starts to feel like sandpaper. And absolutely, I love salt and vinegar chips.
Me too.
I end up, or you'll like cut the inside of your lip somehow.
Like sandpaper, yeah.
Yeah, it's terrible. Same thing with Warheads, any sour candy.
Sour Skittles will destroy my tongue.
I will bleed from eating Warheads because I love them so much, but I cannot stop, and it just hurts.
What is a food that is so good when you have a little bit of it, but you have a little bit too much, and oh boy, we got a problem.
Hey, podcast listeners. Tired of ads barging into your favorite news podcast? Good news. With Amazon Music, you have access to the largest catalog of ad-free top podcasts included with your Prime membership. Stay up to date on everything newsworthy by downloading the Amazon Music app for free or go to amazon.com/ad-free news. That's amazon.com/ad-free news to catch up on the latest episodes without the ads.
Big Joe and Laura on Mix 95.7 Grand Rapids Best Mix.
Over the weekend, my husband and I were having a friendly debate like we do while we were driving around, talking about all the foods that we thought, man, they're really great if you have them in a small amount, but the more you eat, the worse they get. And so I wanted to know if you guys could add any foods to our list. You can always give us a call at 616-600-0957 or send us a DM in the Mix 95.7 app. So far on the list, we have cheesecake.
Yeah, I guess eventually you reach a point where the cheesecake just don't cheese right.
No, it's heavy, it's gross, it's weird. Wasabi is a great example. I love a teeny tiny bit of wasabi, but if you get like the whole bunch on something, you ruin your entire sushi experience or whatever you're eating
I did that one time where I took some sushi to go. I was going to eat it later that night, like at home, because I had a little bit left.
Yeah.
And I took a ball of sushi that they had on the plate, and I didn't realize it got squeezed between the two, and I took a bite, and I'm like,
why is it burn?
My nose is like, no!
I'll never breathe again. Other ones we found were honey and pancakes also, because pancakes, while I love like a little pancake, I don't want 15. I don't want 25 pancakes. I want like one small pancake.
You're not going to find Laura, bellying up to the table at IHOP.
No. I've more than one is too much for me. So we want to know again, what's a food that is great in a small amount but terrible in a large amount? 616-600-0957 or send us a DM in the Mix 95.7 app. Joe, you got one?
This I do, actually. It makes me sad because I really love them, but now the more I talk about it, the more I don't want them.
What is that?
Deviled eggs. I mean, they're great at first, and then the more I eat, at least, they start to kind of gross me out, and they make me want to gag, which is weird, but it's a texture thing in your mouth, like the way it feels after a while.
Yeah, because you're so excited about eating them to start, you don't really pay attention to the texture, but as you're starting to get full, you're like, oh, why is this spongy and weird?
Yeah, I feel like 2 to 4, like after 5 deviled eggs, I don't know, it feels like I'm going to hell internally.
Yeah, no, well, I think you are in real life, too. I feel like there is some sort of sin to eat more than 5 deviled eggs in one sitting.
My neighbor, Kathy, she's like, I call them angel eggs.
No, absolutely not. 616-600-0957. They're called deviled eggs because of what they do to your insides after you eat them and what you do to everyone around you later.
The devil gas that comes out.
Exactly.
Oh, Lord. It smells like sulfur.
I've got another one I want to add to the list also.
Okay.
Gummy bears.
Gummy bears?
Yeah, okay, because, listen, 5 gummy bears, incredible. You get all the flavors, the texture, it's great. One time I bought a pound of Haribo gummy bears when I was in high school. I ate a majority of the bag in one sitting. Like I was playing video games, not paying attention, just handful. And I'm like 17, I get my freedom of getting to eat as much candy as I want because I can purchase it myself. I wanted to die. It turns into like a brick in your stomach. It hurts. It's like, when you eat too much candy anyway, it kind of makes your stomach hurt. It's like that, but times 10. And it's the worst. And don't even get me started on the sugar-free ones. You eat more than one of those, you're going to lose everything inside of you anyway. So
yeah, it's like a slide. Woo!
Exactly. So go ahead. Let us know. What is a great food in a small amount gets worse as you eat more? 616-600-0957 or send us a DM in the Mix 95.7 app.
Hey, podcast listeners. Tired of ads barging into your favorite news podcasts? Good news. With Amazon Music, you have access to the largest catalog of ad-free top podcasts included with your Prime membership. Stay up to date on everything newsworthy by downloading the Amazon Music app for free or go to amazon.com/ad-free news. That's amazon.com/ad-free news to catch up on the latest episodes without the ads.
Big Joe and Laura on Mix 95.7, Grand Rapids Best Mix.
And a woman is going viral for saying that she took something on her way out the door of a job when she left, and kind of crazy. Here she is talking about it.
When I left my last job, I took my chair. In my mind, I figured that I had been sitting there taking years of emotional, physical, and verbal abuse. And for some reason, I was like, well, I've been sitting here taking it, so I'm going to take my chair. And needless to say, they emailed me like a week later saying, bring back the chair, and I did. And it was really embarrassing. But, you live and you learn.
I mean, can you imagine doing the walk of shame up the sidewalk to your office with this chair? Because it's not like you could, throw it over your shoulder and carry it in. Like, you're going to scoot that thing across the sidewalk, slowly walking it and being like, sorry.
See, I picture you have to sit in it and kind of crawl forward with your feet, just propelling yourself in there. You got to embrace it, though. What are they going to do? You're no longer there. I mean, the thing is, though, too, unless they sue you, you don't have to return the chair. You shouldn't have taken it, but it's what are they going to do? Take your last paycheck? I doubt
even
it.
If they did, I think I would risk that not to have to do the chair slide of shame back to the office in front of all my own coworkers. No way. I would not respond to that email. I would not respond to that call. I would pretend that I didn't know that they contacted me. There's no way. No way I'm returning that chair.
Have you ever taken something from a job?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Like what?
Okay, so my last job, I had several bosses.
You don't have to say which job it was, by the way, as you incriminate yourself.
No, it's fine. I don't care. They know I have it. They're not going to do anything about it. No, my last job, there was a mounted garfish that got passed down from a couple of my bosses. And then when my favorite boss left the company, he was like, okay, you love this stupid fish. I'm going to give this to you to have in your office. You have to pass it along to the next person. But there was no next person really that I felt was worthy of the fish.
You're not worth the gar.
No, so I took the gar. His name is Gar Brooks.
Oh.
He has a little cowboy hat that he wears, and he's actually in the background of a lot of my husband's TikTok videos now. But yeah, Gar Brooks I took from my last job because I was like, no, you're coming with me. You can't stay here. This place sucks. You deserve better than this.
I actually took something from my first radio job, so I assume the statute of limitations are okay because this is 2005 or so when this happened, 2004, so almost 20 years ago.
Okay, what'd you steal?
Laura, I took a chair, but not a lot of office chairs are kind of meh, they're basic. This was from the boardroom or the where we all at our the conference room.
Like an executive
It's like an
office
executive chair. It was all leather. It was so comfy. It was wide for the biggest butt to fit in, like me. And it would just like a normal chair. Then you could pull a thing back and it went to relaxation mode or freak mode.
Like sport mode?
Yes. And I just one night was working the overnight, so nobody was there. And I don't know why, but I'm like, I'd like a chair. So I roll it out, and looking back, how dumb was I at 18 or 19 that would have cost me my job. I was an adult. I was stealing, but
you're lucky it was when people didn't really have that many cameras, because now they would have had you on film and been like, so can you explain you rolling this chair out? Oh, I wanted to sit outside in a fancy chair.
Yeah, nothing like getting busted in 4K to really make your day. So, hey, if you're a sticky finger kind of person that might have said, you know what? I'm taking this with me now that I'm leaving.
Go ahead. You can even be anonymous. 616-600-0957, or you can always send us a DM inside your Mix 95.7 app.
Hey, podcast listeners. Tired of ads barging into your favorite news podcast? Good news. With Amazon Music, you have access to the largest catalog of ad-free top podcasts included with your Prime membership. Stay up to date on everything newsworthy by downloading the Amazon Music app for free or go to amazon.com/ad-free news. That's amazon.com/ad-free news to catch up on the latest episodes without the ads.
Mix 95.7, Grand Rapids Best Mix. It is Big Joe and Laura with Big Joe's Little Wins. Call us right now. I know you don't want to be braggadocious, but that's not what it is. It's sharing awesome stuff happening in your life so we can spread the positive news. We don't want to do negative stuff. 616-600-0957. I put the pressure on Laura to get things going. You got a little win today?
I sure do. And of course, as usual, it's about my little guy, Justin, who's 11 months old now. And the other day, he started actually sharing, which I know is not really a trait for 11-month-olds.
Usually it's like, mine.
Yeah, but he, like, every time he has something, he has started offering it to me or my husband. So, like, he'll take a toy, hand it my way. He has now also figured out that foods he doesn't want to eat, he can try to feed me because he's like, oh, I'm sharing my food with you. But, like, the last night, he, like, tried to feed me all of his green beans. And I'm like, hey.
No, dude, you got to keep the green beans. Those are good. Share the broccoli.
Yeah, no, he's a big broccoli guy, surprisingly.
Interesting, okay.
Yeah, but either way, it just his sharing and his caring is so sweet and so cute. And it just, I love seeing him grow into more and more of a little guy every single day.
What is your little win that you can share with us this morning? 616-600-0957. TJ in Grand Rapids. Hey, you got a little win this morning?
My little win just recently turned 42 years old and got a new job about a year ago. This past year's been a little stressful, so I've got stress mixed in there. I've been a little loose with my diet, and I've got a wife that I love and 3 little girls at the house, 6, 5, and 1. So free time is not really a thing that exists for me anymore. But I stepped on the scale not too long ago and realized, hey, things have gotten out of hand. So. Beginning of last month, I kind of looked through quite a few diets, trying to figure out a way I could make things a little bit better so I'm around longer for my family, and I started the carnivore diet. And when I'm 6.5 weeks in and I'm down 35 pounds, and I feel like my wife loves me a little bit more now.
Even though there's
I'm
less
putting
of
all
you.
of that in the win column.
Oh, well, that is definitely a one. I was going to say she loves you a little bit more even though there's less there.
Exactly, yeah. Less to love, but more love. Does that make sense?
Oh, it totally does, man.
Well,
I
good
think
for you.
I think that's a great thing. Regardless, like you found the thing that works out for you. I've heard of that. I've never done it, but it sounds tasty. But the fact that you're sticking to it, and yeah, your family, man, not only your health, but your family. You're saying your 3 beautiful daughters. That's what it's all about.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I don't want them growing up without me to kind of help guide things, because I know there's going to be a lot of situations where they're going to have to figure out who is doing right by them and who isn't. And I can tell you I've made plenty of mistakes in my life, so I know what the guys are going to try later in life, and I can protect them from that.
Absolutely.
Well, TJ in Grand Rapids, man, keep up the good work. Maybe we'll hear from you again with another little win update as you continue this journey. But we're proud of you, and thanks for sharing.
Thank you so much.
We want you to share your little win like TJ just did. 616-600-0957. Maybe you're celebrating a big milestone in your life. Maybe you had a health battle that you're doing better with. We just want to share the positivity and spread that news. 616-600-0957.
Hey, podcast listeners. Tired of ads barging into your favorite news podcast? Good news. With Amazon Music, you have access to the largest catalog of ad-free top podcasts included with your Prime membership. Stay up to date on everything newsworthy by downloading the Amazon Music app for free or go to amazon.com/ad-free news. That's amazon.com/ad-free news to catch up on the latest episodes without the ads.
We're Big Joe and Laura here on Mix 95.7, Grand Rapids Best Mix.
And yesterday, you were sending text messages back and forth with your wife, Lindsay, and you were like, hey, I don't want to respond to this wrong because I feel like I'm going to put fuel on the fire. So is this the right thing I should say in this scenario? And
yeah, this happens all the time in my life.
yeah, I'm not surprised knowing you that your social skills are sometimes, they're okay.
Well, hey, listen.
We'll say okay.
I think a lot of people relate to, like, this is how I want to respond, but how should I properly respond?
So I wanted to put you in a scenario or three to see if you can properly make the right decision when it comes to responding to these fake text messages from your wife, Lindsay. So I'm going to give you multiple choice answers so you won't totally fall into a hole, but we'll see if you can figure out what the right answer is. Are you ready?
Yeah, let me make sure I have it.
No, you're not going to need that one.
You don't know. I could get these all right.
All right, here is the first text message sent from your wife, Lindsay. Joe, you forgot that we have a wedding to go to this weekend and you scheduled something else. Your response is A, I'm sorry and I'll do better. B, that's not my problem. Or C, hey, maybe you should try putting stuff onto the calendar.
Am I supposed to tell you what I want to say or what the right one is?
You know what? It's what you would respond if you were looking at your phone right now.
Oh, I would respond like if I wasn't thinking about it. I'm like, is it on the calendar? It should have been on the calendar.
Nope. Brr, go ahead, hit that buzzer. Wrong. The correct answer is I'm sorry and I'll do better because it doesn't matter. You still have to figure it out and get it right. It doesn't just say I'm sorry. Joe, just always say I'm sorry. It's not hard.
Why is it that guys always have to say sorry, but usually it's never like, well, ladies have to?
Because we don't mess everything up constantly. All right, here is your second text message. Joe, we need to leave or we'll be late. You haven't finished getting dressed. A, I'm sorry and I'll do better. B, being 5 minutes late isn't a big deal. Chill out. Or C, we were late last week because of you. It's fine.
I feel repetitive with my answers, but I think I would go with C.
We were late last week because of you, and it's fine.
Yeah.
That would be the wrong answer. Again, as before, I'm sorry and I'll do better was the correct answer here.
I don't think that's the right answer.
You know what? We'll give you one more shot.
Okay.
Third time's the charm. You've already lost, so it doesn't matter at this point. Joe, the dogs ate our dog sitter's boots because you left the door to the guest room open again. A, I'm sorry and I'll do better. B, maybe you're the one that left the door open. Have you ever thought of that? Or C, whatever, we can buy her new boots. Come on, Joe. I really believe you're going to get it right this time.
I'm torn between two answers.
Yeah?
I'm going to go with B.
Maybe you're the one that left the door open. Have you ever thought of that?
Yeah, because she goes in that room a lot too.
Hit the wrong buzzer. Joe, this is just, you're doomed. You know what? You're doomed. Remember, I'm sorry and I'll do better is always the correct answer, gentlemen. You can get this. I believe you.
Hey, podcast listeners. Tired of ads barging into your favorite news podcasts? Good news. With Amazon Music, you have access to the largest catalog of ad-free top podcasts included with your Prime membership. Stay up to date on everything newsworthy by downloading the Amazon Music app for free or go to amazon.com/ad-free news. That's amazon.com/ad-free news to catch up on the latest episodes without the ads.
It's time to play Laura Can't Lose on Mix 95.7. Here's how it happens. You'll have 1 minute to answer 5 questions. You can pass if you need to, and we'll come back if time allows. A tie goes to Laura because, well, her name's on the show. Here's who's playing Laura Can't Lose today.
Representing the city of Grand Rapids today, we have got Josh. Hello.
Hello, Josh. How are you this morning?
Wonderful.
Awesome. Well, you got a chance to snag my $60 Michigan Lottery ticket jackpot. This is the last time it was this high. It was the last time I lost from actually being good at the game. So
I remember those good old days.
Yeah, so we'll see if I have momentum or if you're going to really remind me of where I've been lately in this game. So,
all right, Josh, why don't you kick Laura out of the studio so we can start playing?
All right, Laura, get on out of here.
Adios, Josh.
All right, when that door closes, I'll give you the first of 5 questions. Question 1, swimming through sick lullabies is a line from what Killer song?
Oh, I do not know. I'm going to have to go with Mr. Brightside.
Question 2, what TV family is made up of Mike, Carol, Greg, Marcia, Peter, Jan, Bobby, and Cindy?
I know this. And I'm blanking on it. Pass.
Question 3, how many months in the calendar year have exactly 30 days in them?
2.
Question number 4, what's the largest and deepest ocean in the world?
The Pacific.
Question 5. Eminem stars and performs in what semi-autobiographical movie back in 2002?
6 Mile.
Question number 2 again. What TV family is composed of Mike, Carol, Greg, Marsha, Peter, Jan, Bobby, and Cindy?
Cannot remember it. Although I can hear the jingle in my mind all the way up until the name. And then it blanks.
All right, I'm going to bring Laura back in then.
Laura! La, 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 Laura!
All right, well, Josh in Grand Rapids, while Laura's walking in, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, I work in marketing. I got my daughter Junie here listening to me today.
Aww.
Oh, hey.
Hi.
Hey, Laura, you have a chance to beat Josh today. He tried very well, but unfortunately only got 2 questions right.
Oh, no. That means you probably did hard ones this time. All right. Let's see how it goes.
Question number 1, Laura. Swimming through sick lullabies is a line from what Killer song?
Mr. Brightside. I had to hum it to myself for a second.
Yeah.
Correct. 1-1. Question 2. What TV family is made up of Mike, Carol, Greg, Marsha, Peter, Jan, Bobby, and Cindy?
The Brady Bunch.
That is correct. Laura taking a 2-1 lead.
Josh was like, I knew those names were familiar, but there were too many of them.
Yep.
How many months in a calendar year have exactly 30 days?
Oh gosh, is it like I don't want to actually sit here and think about it, so I'm gonna just take a wild guess because I have the room to right now. Let's say 6.
6. All right. Well, Josh said 2. The answer was in the middle. 4.
Oh, well, it was close. I'll
April,
take it.
June, September, November.
I knew there weren't many, but I couldn't remember how many.
We have got a 2-1 game going into question number 4. What is the largest and deepest ocean in the world?
Largest and deepest?
Mm-hmm.
The Pacific.
Final answer?
No, Atlantic.
Final answer?
Yes.
Incorrect. It is the Pacific.
Ah, dang it! You should have let me change.
Well,
All right, fine, whatever.
we have got ourselves a 2-2 game going into the final question.
No, I got this.
Yeah, of course you do. Question 5. Eminem stars and performs in what semi-autobiographical movie from 2002?
Oh, 8 Mile.
That is correct, and Josh must have messed up. He said 6 Mile.
Oh, no, wrong street, Detroit. That one's way safer.
I know.
Josh, it was a tough day for everybody, but unfortunately for you, Laura came out on top, winning 3-2.
Oh, Josh, I'm so sorry.
Well, Josh, since Laura kicked your butt, you know what you got to do now, right?
I do. I'm Josh from Grand Rapids, and Laura can't lose.
Oh, that's right. But hey, if you want to try like Josh, we have a Michigan Lottery ticket jackpot of up to $65. Give us a call, 616-600-0957.
Hey, podcast listeners. Tired of ads barging into your favorite news podcasts? Good news. With Amazon Music, you have access to the largest catalog of ad-free top podcasts included with your Prime membership. Stay up to date on everything newsworthy by downloading the Amazon Music app for free or go to amazon.com/ad-free news. That's amazon.com/ad-free news to catch up on the latest episodes without the ads.
Hey, good morning. Thanks for hanging out with the Big Joe and Laura show here on Mix 95.7 Grand Rapids Best Mix.
And I want to know, what is the greatest Facebook Marketplace find you have ever had? 616-600-0957 or send us a DM in the Mix 95.7 app. And I'm asking because just the other day I was scrolling around on Facebook Marketplace. My husband loves to get on there and find things, but lately, now that I'm a mom, I've been kind of hunting for baby deals. Like, ooh, maybe I can find one of these things I want for his first birthday at a reduced price, helps the environment, all that, yada, yada, yada. But I noticed something in my neighborhood was for sale, and I was like, you've got to be kidding me. The Alger Heights Quick Stop, which is at the corner of Eastern and Alger, right across from like the Old Goat and Brass Ring Brewing and all that. It is for sale on Facebook Marketplace.
Well, how much are they asking for a market?
Well, here's the deal. You don't get the building. So that's kind of you're just getting the business, the inventory, the rights to all of it. But for $90,000, it could be yours. The rent's only $2,300 a month. And honestly, it's a pretty high traffic area. If you were to be able to really put something in there and really put some love into it, I think it does have a potential to be a very, very good business location and idea.
That sounds cool, but could I convince you to pool our money for something about half the price?
Okay, shoot.
This is awesome. I just found it. It's a 1949 Spartan Royal Mission. It's kind of like a trailer that you pull behind for camping.
Okay.
But it's been converted into a beer trailer.
A beer trailer.
Check this. I'm showing Laura the photo right now.
Like you can serve beer. Like, okay, so
it has like 20 taps, but you can actually go inside this thing too, and there's some seating in there. You could have your kegs in there.
Yeah, it's like one of those Airstream, the silver ones that are really cool and vintage looking. Oh, wow. It even has like a little place you can sit, and it looks like the inside of a train car or something.
Yeah, they were asking for $55,000. This is in Holland, Michigan, but now they're doing it for $49,500. Come on, we could split that $25,000 a piece, which we don't have, and we could have that, the beer trailer.
What about something a little more affordable that'll fit in the studio? I found one more thing on Facebook Marketplace. It is in Wayland, so we'll have to drive down 131 to get it, but I think it's worth it.
It's cool. So we'll stop at the gas station while we're there.
It's less than $10,000. Are you ready?
Okay, still expensive, but yeah.
A fully functioning skee ball machine. Like, has the LED lights, has recently been updated. It's super nice. It works really well. Imagine all the steam we could blow off with our own skee ball machine in the studio. Like, I already asked my husband if we could have it for the basement, and he told me no, because A, our basement is full of junk I'm trying to get rid of on Facebook Marketplace, and B, the baby would probably, it's not good for the baby. I can't have that in my house. But what about here? If we split it, this could work out.
I don't know where it would fit.
Like right here, this corner over here, that there's not a lot going on. All there is like a air purifier that needs a new filter that I don't know where to get it. So it's just unplugged and dead in the corner. So, I mean, I would have to give a little of my real estate in the studio up, but I think I'm willing to do so.
Hold on. I think I found something that we could actually afford.
Okay.
Not as cool as all that, but it's still pretty sweet. Obviously, the Tigers, they got knocked out of the playoffs, but check this out. You can get these Tigers neon signs. They light up and they look gigantic for $225 each. Here's the first one I'm showing, Laura.
Wow.
It's like the classic tiger logo. Like
I'm going to be honest with you. That tiger looks like it's seen some things. That can't
that
be the
is
official.
the Detroit. Yes, it is.
No,
yes,
it's got like
is.
the crazy eyes. Like, you know that dog that's looking at the cupcake and it's like, I can't eat this, Sprinkles or whatever its name was from back in the day. It looks like that dog, but as the Tigers logo.
As a lifelong Tigers fan, I'm not saying the
he
face.
Looks spooked.
But that's what the face is supposed to look like. And then it's like the classic Detroit Tigers D with the tiger in it. That's kind of cool too.
Okay, you know what? That's actually more reasonable. We can hang them up in the windows and people can see them in downtown GR. So listen, we want to know, what's the coolest thing you found, purchased, sold on Facebook Marketplace? Share with us, 616-600-0957, or send us a DM in the Mix 95.7 app.